Jai Sri Ram, greetings to everyone. Welcome to the Srinivasa channel. This video features Stephen Knapp, chairman of the ISKCON temple in Detroit. He has been spreading awareness about Indian Vedic culture among humanity beyond India. In recognition of his contributions, he has honored with the Padma Shri Award in 2025 under the Literature and Education category by President Draupadi Murmu. He has written over 55 remarkable books, including Proof of Vedic Culture's Global Existence and The Secret Teachings of the Vedas. It is a divine opportunity and spiritually enlightening experience to have a brief conversation with such a great personality. In this video, he shares an inspiring message to the youth about protecting Sanatana Dharma, which is currently facing many challenges and pressures. His YouTube channel and website details are available in the video description. Please excuse the slight background noise as the conversation happened unexpectedly in the crowd. Now, without any further delay, let's dive into the video.
Past life punya that we are able to talk to you today. Hare Krishna ji. Thank you. Hare Krishna Swami ji. Thank you for giving us time. We are curious to know what brought you into Hare Krishna Samaj.
About the Hare Krishna Samaj?
Mm-hmm.
Well, which Samaj? Detroit?
Islam,
I'm from
yes.
the Detroit Temple.
Yes.
So this is the organizer of this Rath Yatra today. Our great crew of devotees, bhaktas, have put this together just for the benefit of the society at large and everybody in eastern Lower Michigan.
Mm-hmm.
So this is what we've come up with so far. This is the 17th time we've done this in Novi, and but almost the 50th time we've done it all together. We were doing it in Detroit, but we have a better turnout here. So we do it here instead of Detroit now.
Okay.
So, and as you can see, the place is packed. So it's a good decision to have this done here.
Great. So, Swamiji, could you speak a little bit about your spiritual journey with Krishna and your experiences with Krishna?
Well, that's a loaded question because I've been at it for almost 50 years now. So it all started back in 1972 when I was a serious seeker, seeking higher levels of spiritual knowledge, spiritual truth, and I was looking at everything. I did my own, basically, comparative religion course, studying all the different cultures, all the different religions from around the world, and then I came across the Bhagavad Gita. I had one of my friends picked up a catalog, which was only a brochure. This was back when the Hare Krishnas only had about 6 books they were publishing. And he met the devotees on the streets of Toronto. So he brought that back, and we were looking at it. There was one book called the Bhagavad Gita. And he said, this is kind of like the Hindu Bible. I said, that's what I want. Because I want to know all the different aspects of God, the different cultures, what their belief is about the soul, and everything. So when I got the Bhagavad Gita, it explained, who or what is God, what is the soul, what is the nature of the soul, what is karma, what is reincarnation, what is the basic field of activities of the soul in the material world. So it explained so many different things that this is what I wanted. This was the answers to the questions that I've been looking for years. So the only thing I knew then is I need more of this. I want more. So I went from Bhagavad Gita to studying the Upanishads, Manusamhita, Puranas, all this. And then, of course, in 1972, I also came in contact. I moved to Denver, Colorado, where there was a Christian temple.
Mm-hmm.
So then I started going to the Christian temple and learning about temple etiquette and taking off your shoes and also prasadam, which was fantastic. Because I had been a vegetarian only about a year. And when I came across prasadam, that was like the answer to my prayers. So then I just kept working at it. learning more about the philosophy, applying it to temple life, ashram life. And then I started writing my own books in 1985 and started publishing in 1987. And then in about the mid-90s, got a call from some company because I formed my own publishing company. So I was publishing my own books. And so that put me in contact with a number of different outlets, one of which was a company that wanted my book and asking if the book, my first book, The Secret Teachings of the Vedas, was still available. I said, sure. How much is it? Oh, it's $6.73. That's the wholesale price, for a $14.95 book. And they said, okay, well, send us one. Okay, who do I send it to? Amazon. Going like, Amazon? What the hell kind of name is Amazon? I couldn't figure it out. But if they wanted a book, sure, no problem. So I sent them a book, and then pretty soon they wanted another one, and then another one, and it started out to be a pretty good relationship. And so that's when I started selling my books online. And then I came out with a book called Proof of Vedic Culture's Global Existence. And that book was a book that opened many doors for me. Back then, fact is, many of the Indian Hindu audience started being attracted to that book. Through that book, many of my other books. So then I started getting asked to do lecture tours across India. Whether it was the state governments, RSS, or Vivekananda Kendra, other organizations like that, or ISKCON, they would come and pay my way to go to India. Then I'd do a lecture tour. So that thing kept expanding. And so I just kept working at it, producing more books. I've got 55 books out now. And some people know, some people don't, but I just got back from India accepting the Padma Shri Award.
Yes, I saw that one.
And so I don't even know how I got nominated, quite honestly. But I know some of the people in the government knew about me, knew about the work I was doing, and very much appreciated it. So then somehow the word kept getting out, and I kept getting invited to do lectures or conferences, just to, a free ticket to India to do a conference. But then finally I was nominated for the Padma Shri Award for Literature and Education. And so that was definitely a great highlight in my life. Was able to get the award from the President, Draupadi Murmu, and meet Narendra Modi, and really, really a lot of other nice people at the same time. So it's really a pleasure to have that experience.
Swamiji, meeting somebody who met them itself is fortune for us. But one final question.
Sure.
For teenagers like 15 years, 16 years, if they want to start spiritual journey so that they achieve the ultimate goal of Hindus, like to come out of the samsara chakra and having no further future life, what is your advice? Where to start for them?
Every Indian Hindu should understand Bhagavad Gita. That's the basis and the basics. Everyone should understand that. The thing of it is, sometimes I say to Indian Hindus, I say, you should understand Bhagavad Gita. Yes, I know Bhagavad Gita. But then what do you say about it? Then they have very little to say about it. So how do they know about it? Because it becomes obvious that Hinduism is under a lot of challenges right now, from political parties, foreign religions, other entities that would like to see the complete extermination of Hindus, quite honestly. In other words, don't take your freedom to participate in this lightly. You have to grab a hold of it, you have to defend it, you have to make sure that you can preserve your freedom to participate in it. This is going to become very much the duty of the youth. They have to understand that they're not always going to have this freedom unless they work for it. Basically, Hinduism and Vedic culture is the most civilized of all cultures in the world. I personally experienced that. So you can only imagine what would happen if we lose that, or if we simply lose the freedom to participate in it.
Very word, the possibility of losing it makes me severely emotional.
Me too. It's what you can see what it's done for me. It's made my life complete. But the thing of it is, the youth needs to understand that Vedic culture will not only complete their lives spiritually, but also deliver them to the highest potential that they can attain in this life materially, both healthily, emotionally, mentally, intellectually, and ultimately spiritually. This is the potency, because Vedic culture has always been a culture that is meant for the well-being of everybody. It's not a basis of this party is doing this party is doing that, there's competition. No, Vedic culture means we all work together for reaching our highest potential for everybody. What other culture can do that? It doesn't matter what your background is. It doesn't matter what your religion is. It doesn't matter what culture you come from. Vedic culture can be applied for everybody. And this is what the youth especially should understand and take it seriously. Fortunately, when I go to India now, I see more youth taking their culture seriously, but still not enough. So we have to, give this impression upon them that this is the need of the hour. Understand the dynamics and the profound nature of what your culture has to offer, and understand how to preserve it and protect it. That also means to promote it. Let other people know what this culture has to offer. And I know a lot of Hindus don't like that word promote. They think it has something to do with conversion. We don't convert. All we do is share. We share our culture with others. Like this festival now, what are we doing? Nobody's trying to convert anybody, but we're sharing this culture with everybody. And you can see anybody from anywhere can come and have a good time. And they do.
Nobody says, here is a plate of meal. Start believing in my God or you go to hell. Nobody says that.
Nobody says anything like that. Here, this is prasadam for free. Take it. Take it as much as you want. If you're interested in the philosophy, then we have books for sale. But this is only if you're interested. If you're not interested, then we've got music, we've got skits, we've got games, we've got tent for kids activities. And you can see the deities. You can go on the parade with Jagannath. So many different things. Nobody's pressuring anybody to do anything. So this is the freedom that we have in Vedic culture. And this is the freedom that we need to protect and preserve.
So with this one, I'm tempted to ask one more question. I'm exceeding my promise. For those who are in India and renouncing Hinduism, can you give 1 or 2 minute words of wisdom of you?
Can you do what?
Can you give some words of wisdom to those who are renouncing Hinduism in India?
Oh, basically people renounce their religion in India because they feel attracted to something else. And they feel attracted to something else because they have not yet understood the depths and profound nature that Hinduism and Vedic culture has to offer. If you understand the profound depths of it and how all-encompassing Vedic culture is, why would you go to something that's more shallow or something that's less profound, something that cannot deliver because the thing of it is, it's like Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, this is the king of education, the superiority of all forms of religion, because it gives direct perception of the self by realization. And because it gives direct perception, that's when Gyan becomes Vigyan. Knowledge becomes realized knowledge. What other religion can do that? Most religions start with faith, they end with faith. Vedic culture starts with faith, but it expects you to have your own spiritual realization. Yes. So that you have your own spiritual experiences. Once you have your spiritual experiences, nobody can come and tell you that there's something else more valuable. It's like somebody can come along and say, the sun rises in the north. No, I've heard it rises in the east. But if you go out in the morning at 4 a.m. and watch the sun rise, it rises in the east. That is when knowledge becomes realized knowledge. Once you have that experience, no one can tell you that the sun rises in the north. You're already experienced. Same thing. Vedic culture can give you that experience that no other culture can. Simple as that. And that comes from my experience. My not only study, it's not just theory, but it's practical application. That's the difference. And when you have that practical application, you can apply that in all aspects of life. And when you can do that, then you know you're on safe and hallowed ground. You're on the correct path to a higher level of understanding. It's like I give this example. Radio waves are all around us. How do you believe in radio waves? You can't see them, you can't touch them, you can't feel them, you can't hear them. How do you know they're there? Because you have a right receiver. And with a right receiver, like a cell phone, you can do so many things with those radio waves. Same thing is, spiritual nature is all around us. But how do you know it's there? You can't see it, touch it, feel it, hear it. You have to have the right receiver. And by practicing spiritual life, it purifies or spiritualizes the consciousness to the point where you can actually perceive the spiritual dimension around you. Then it's like radio waves. Once you experience it, nobody can tell you that they don't exist. Same thing. Once you perceive the spiritual aware atmosphere all around you, which is inclusive, not exclusive, which is inclusive, then no one can tell you that they don't exist. No one can tell you that this is not a profound way of understanding not only who you are, but who everyone else is, the nature of the world, and the nature of God. Once you have that realization, no one can shake you away from that. But to get that realization means you have to practice.
Correct. Sadhana. Sadhana is the real.
Right.
This was is training.
Right. So,
Hare Krishna.
hey, thank you very much. Hare Krishna.
One final question to wrap this up. For all the people who are going to watch this on the internet, can you please share how did you know that Srila Prabhupada is your spiritual master, and this Hare Krishna movement is a bona fide movement, and it will take you back to God?
By experience. The question is, how do I know that this path is a bona fide path? Because you have to try it. You have to have the experience. I'm not a person that does anything on blind faith. Never have been. I was growing up a Christian. I wouldn't even join my Christian youth group because I wasn't convinced. So in the same way, I don't accept anything unless it does something for me. That's the mantra of the youth today, isn't it? What's in it for me? What am I going to get out of it? And if you don't see anything you get out of it, what are you going to do? Walk away. You have to try it. You have to go into the depths of it to understand what it can do for you. And then once you understand that, then you can see that I want more. This is what I want. I want more of it. So that was what I was like. Once I was beginning to have those direct perceptions of spiritual reality, then I can see that I need more. I want more of this. I want to go deeper and deeper into that spiritual reality. So that's the goal of human life. If you're born as an animal, you cannot do that. If you're born as a dog, what is it? What is your main interest? Eating, sleeping, mating, defending. Any fool can do that. Only in human life can you understand who and what I really am besides this body. I'm beyond this body. I'm transcendental to this body. But how do you understand that? First through Shastra, then through spiritual practice, then through realization. Anybody can do that. But you have to be serious and you have to be sincere. Without that, you're like a boat without a rudder, going from place to place, nowhere special, and nowhere special, and nowhere beneficial. You don't have a goal. This is the difference.
Hope you enjoyed this short and inspiring message. Please like, share, comment, and don't forget to subscribe this channel. Have a great day. Bye bye.